Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 1st through the 7th. And during that time, we will have a first quarter moon that comes in on the 4th. And first quarters can be a time of feeling impulsive, impatient, where your brain's a little bit active. It's hard to get, or it's hard to focus, very easy to be distracted and frustrated. So let's try to get through that day because then we move into the waxing gibbous energy. And of course, that's a better time. It's a little calmer, a good time for, kind of planning and preparation, getting things done, and making adjustments as you're working on some things. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Leo. So of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, Leo, your overall message for this reading: prosperity lies ahead. All right, that's never a bad message, is it? All right, so Leo, as I'm shuffling here, I would like to say, well, I'd like to say something if my throat was clear, but grab a drink of water there. Also, anytime that happens to me during a reading, I want to say that maybe there's something this week that you need to speak up on. So don't hold your tongue. I don't think Leos have any issues with tongue holding. So anyway, what I was going to say is, since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit the subscribe button down there. It's super easy for you to do, and it really helps my channel, and I really appreciate it. So I will give you just a moment while I'm shuffling for you to do that. And just to let you know that you do need to be signed into YouTube or Google to do that. So I at one point wasn't aware how all of that worked, but if you sign in, you can subscribe to channels, and then those channels will pop up on your feed. So if you would like to help me with the algorithm, it helps my channel, and I do appreciate that. So thank you so much. Also, if you've been a subscriber, thank you for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you and I appreciate you. So thank you so much. All right. My weekly reminder this week, Leo, is that you take time to meditate this week. Go within, still yourself, quiet your mind, and just explore. If you already do this, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, if meditation is not something that you practice, it's a really good time to start, especially on that first quarter day on the 4th. If you're feeling a little anxious and a little bit crazy, try to fight that a little bit and just take the time, quiet, nice deep breathing, even if you're just doing this for 5 or 10 minutes. But anyway, that's just my weekly reminder, is that you try to take time to work meditation into your daily routine, because it is very, very helpful. So, all right, Leo, for June 1st through 7th, prosperity lies ahead. Let's see what you guys have going on. Well, there you go. What a prosperous card for you guys. The Sun card. Beautiful, beautiful, bright, in the light. Everything is just awesome. The sun is shining. You can't get a better day, better card than that. So really, really awesome. I like that. Current situation is the Chariot. So it looks like you're about to make some sort of movement. You're getting ready to make a movement. You've got this kind of the sun energy, this nurturing energy, this yeah, it's just a really happy, good energy. I also like the yellow color here on the Chariot card. Chariot comes in with the full sun right at his back there to make a move, So the Chariot, I feel like, is getting ready to make a move, getting ready to do something. We're not sure. We've got two directions here, maybe left, maybe right, but you're about to make some sort of move. And so you're kind of in that decision-making mode, but you're doing it from a very, happy, balanced, light place, which is awesome. The root of your situation is things that are changing very quickly here with the Eight of Wands. So this is just things coming in. This could be information changes, things where you're having to make decisions. So some sort of change is kind of, changes that are happening quickly, and it's just causing you to kind of think, okay, I need to make a move here. I need to make a change. And your recent past is the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So you're having a good time here. So, this is our card of evolvement. This is, if this is behind you, this is you turning over kind of a new leaf. The wheel is always turning, and there's, as life evolves and changes, that's just the way it goes. You get these new phases that come in. So it looks like you're entering into that new phase right now, and you're kind of wondering just what to do with that. You're in a happy place. You're glad about whatever changes and things, the way things are going. But and you're not really in decision making mode yet. Like I said, I feel like you're gathering that information, but prosperity lies ahead. Not a bad message for you. What's on your mind this week is the Five of Swords. So this is kind of winning through underhanded tactics when we see this five. But, because this is air energy, where there's some words exchanged here that maybe hurt some feelings. And was it by you? Are you there to pick up these pieces? Are you being sensitive to that? We've got all this sunny energy and good stuff coming in, but there's something on your mind that maybe you need to apologize for something. This could be just something that was said in the past that doesn't really apply now. So, something to think about. Again, this is because it's sword energy. Did you throw some swords down? And by that, I mean like in the way of words. Did you say some things that maybe shouldn't have been said? If that's the case, apologize. If not, it is what it is, right? What is just ahead of you here is the Ten of Swords. So you're about to be done with something. And so here you are. If this is you making a move to move on to this next phase, next something, this wheel of fortune evolving, as we grow and change, it means that you're letting something else go. So there's something that you're done with. It doesn't look like you're going to have an issue letting it go. It's just there, and you're done with it, and you're going to let it go and move on. And your advice position is the Six of Wands. So this is a card of, celebration of you. This is, you doing well, and this is other people recognizing that and seeing that you're doing a good job, and kind of getting that pat on the back, like, hey, we see you, we recognize you, keep up the good work. What's beyond your control this week is the Three of Pentacles. Excuse me. So Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. This can sometimes be work related, when it comes to people that you work with. Collaboration, this can be just coming together to improve on something, right? But beyond your control, to kind of just be in that collaboratory phase. This could be, like I said, it could be work related. It could be just some passion project that you're involved with, but it looks like there's some sort of collaboration going on there, and it's just beyond your control. What is your secret desire or trying to avoid is the Knight of Cups. So are you trying to avoid moving ahead on some emotional realm, or is it your secret desire to do so? This could be, someone new around you that you're, wondering, do you want to open your heart up to that? Or, new friend, this could be new romantic partner, new friend, new person around you. But, it looks like, you're asking yourself, do I want to move forward kind of with an open heart, or am I trying to avoid that, or whatever? That's going to be your big question of the week, with the card in that position. Only you can really answer that. Is that your desire, or are you trying to avoid that? And then take the appropriate action, whatever your answer might be. Your outcome is the Nine of Swords. So we're letting this go. We've got to let go here. And it looks like your outcome here is a little bit of anxiety about it. And it could be just anxiety about moving on to the next step. You're in this evolvement phase, and it looks like, you're in a really good place, but of course it's a little nerve-wracking anytime we make any sort of change or improvement, or excuse me, also I'm going to grab a drink. I'm going to say again, speak up. That's the second time my throat has done that to me during this reading. So whatever it is, Leo, make sure that you are speaking up, and that might quell some of this anxiety that we're ending at. There might be things that just need to be said that haven't been said, and also there may be an apology in order. If some things have been set up here that were maybe misconstrued, taken the wrong way, something, again, you might need to apologize to that person. What's hidden from you this week is debate and argument here with the Five of Wands. So, and it looks like maybe that's hidden because you've already been through that. You've been through the back and forth and the debate and argument. That's maybe where some of those swords got thrown, some of those words got thrown down, some of those messages got sent on text, whatever, whatever way you're communicating. But, your overall message here is prosperity lies ahead. This tells me that there are things going on, there are things evolving and changing. Some of these things may be out of your control and making you feel a little bit anxious, but I feel like overall it's a good thing. It's like you're not making a move yet. You're getting like, I always call the Chariot the packing the minivan card, that you're just getting ready to make a move. Neither of these sphinxes is heading straight forward. They're both going this way. There's no way that Chariot's going to move left or right until we get everything kind of in line and in order so that you can make a move. So keep gathering your information. Keep getting your ducks in a row, because it looks like, you're feeling a little bit anxious about the change, but it's inevitable. And it feels positive. It doesn't feel negative to me. It feels like it's a positive change for you, and just, realize what the growth is and what have you learned out of your recent phase. All right. Bust out of your cocoon. I'm going to get a couple of cards here from the Soul Oracle deck. So yeah, bust out of your, maybe do something a little different, a little new, maybe something that hasn't been you in the past. And you're in this evolvement phase. It's time to kind of upgrade, right? And accept disappointments gracefully. So if there's something that you are disappointed about, could be something in this realm up here, something that's making you feel a little bit anxious, just, you have to accept those things that are disappointments, accept the things also that you're getting patted on the back for and rewarded for. Life is full of both of those things. But bust out of your cocoon a little bit. Use this time in the sunlight, this time as you're making plans to make some sort of change and some sort of move, maybe do things a little bit differently. And that's just how we all learn and grow. So Leo, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use this week. Tarot is a template. This could apply in so many different, it was such a general type of reading that it can apply at, in a romantic life. This could apply in your work life. This could apply in your passion life. This could apply in so many different areas. So, take this if it resonates for you on which area of your life that it applies to, and just apply it there. So I do post readings every week, so come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you. Also, if you're comfortable sharing and you'd like to leave me a comment about this reading, or if you have any questions, drop a comment down below and let me know. Let me know what it is that you're going through. What are you getting ready for as far as changes? And, how are you evolving? What things are changing in your life right now? And some of you Leos can, compare notes there. And, we're all kind of going through it, aren't we, all the time? So, also, I would like to say again, if you like my reading style, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, but most importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So, Leo, best of luck with all of this, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.